And The Atlantic examines Melania Trump's first big speech. Senior editor Alex Wagner writes, quote, because Melania rarely speaks, save for generic platitudes or benign slogans, she is America's cipher more than she is its sweetheart. Last night was a chance for the country to get a sense of the woman so often at her husband's side, stunning and silent, and all the more intriguing because of this. Well, it did not go as planned. We're all talking about it today, and Alex Wagner joins us at the table to discuss. Hello.
Good morning, guys.
Hello, Mrs. Cass, also known as Alex Wagner.
Oh, he's going to love you for saying that.
So you write in your article that she came up short compared to expectations. What do you mean by that? Some people say imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery.
Yes, and I think there's a lot of media maelstrom, a lot of analysis today about the meaning of the plagiarism, whether in fact it is plagiarism. But if you set even that aside and you sort of look at what Melania's story is, which is an extraordinary story, if she is the first lady, she will be the first foreign-born first lady since the year 1775 when Louisa Adams was born. That's extraordinary. It's unprecedented in American history. And it comes at a moment when we're asking these huge questions about what it means to be American. And there is a very fractious debate over the subject of immigration. And I would have loved to have heard more.
So you think she should have done what?
I think last night we learned an important thing, which is that she became an American citizen only 10 years ago. I think a lot of Americans did not know that. But I wanted to know more about the adjustment process, how she sees identity, what she thinks of being American, quote unquote. And we didn't get a lot of that.
It's an excellent point, Alex, at a time when her husband, the Republican nominee, has talked about building, and this entire convention has voted on approving a wall along the entire southern border between the United States and Mexico when he originally planned banning all Muslim immigrants. She is an immigrant.
Exactly.
America is a country of immigrants. There's a story there. And you write, though, there was strikingly little that was intimate or impassioned or even particularly specific in her speech.
Yes. I think, first ladies often have the role of humanizing their husbands. We look to Anne talking about her early lean days with Mitt Romney. We hear about Michelle Obama complaining about Barack Obama's smelly socks laying on the floor. That's funny, but it also gives the American public a window into who these men are.
What it is telling who these people are by telling stories about them.
And we didn't get any of those stories last night. We got sort of a very generic, beautiful, harmonious picture of their marriage, but we didn't get any specifics, and I think a lot of folks wanted more on that level.
And what if that's all she wanted to give? Yeah, she was poised, she was confident. As we've been saying all morning, she was really well received in the room. People thought she did a great job.
Well, they did. Unfortunately, the plagiarism sort of scandal, if you will, is overshadowing some of that. As a delivery, there was very little to complain about.
That's exactly right. I mean, I think she does get credit because she has been in the shadows, so to speak. I mean, there have been pictures of her. She hasn't spoken. And to make her first big appearance on national television.
Absolutely.
At
stakes were
prime
high.
Time, stakes are high, and she handled the saying of it very well.
Indeed, and it should also be noted that the Trump family is often in the spotlight in this election season. Melania is often in the shadows. She was not at a lot of the critical vice presidential vetting meetings. She's been on the sidelines. So here she did make a very splashy big debut.
Can we take a step back from Melania and talk about the other stuff that happened at the convention yesterday? There was a floor fight. There was a half-empty convention hall. Joni Ernst, who is one of the rising stars, certainly female Republican stars in the party, gave a speech with other veterans to a largely empty hall because it was late at that point. Has this convention been chaos? Has it been poorly managed?
I feel like there is a lot of talk about the word chaos being the descriptor, the favorite descriptor for the first day of it. There's also the back and forth between the Trump campaign and the governor of the state, which is unusual. Yes, I think chaos is a good word for it.
A lost opportunity?
I think there's a lost opportunity. I think there's going to be a lot of hand-wringing over how organized the Trump campaign has been, whether they are ready for prime time, as it were, in this moment. Look, but they still have 3 more days, right?
Yes.
And I
Paul
think
Ryan will speak tonight.
There is a lot of news happening elsewhere in the country. People may not be as focused as the political media would like to believe on day one. So Tuesday's a do-over, Wednesday's a do-over, and then the big day, the big show is, of course,
with
Thursday.
his daughter introducing him, Ivanka Trump.
Yes.
If there ever is a person who can humanize him and show exactly who her dad is, certainly it is her.
She is remarkably poised. She is incredibly adept. This is her bailiwick. This is where Ivanka Trump shines. And I think, if he had to do it over again, I think the Trump campaign is probably happy that Melania spoke on day one and gets to end with Ivanka at the penultimate moment.
I think there's probably everybody's looking very closely at their speeches.
Yeah, they are Googling and re-Googling the phrases in them.
There may be more vetting of speeches in order.
Indeed, there is going to be a lot of Google searching in the days to come.
Good to
Alex,
see you,
thank you so much.
Good to see you
Really
guys.
good to see you.